Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, the go-to place for authoritative information and strategies on special needs, learning disabilities, and disorders, especially ADHD. This video is the third installment in a series about coping strategies for you and your child with ADHD during the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. Today, we'll be speaking about different homework strategies and tools to help your child excel. We know that a lot of families are now forced to stay at home, so we have prepared a plan of action that you and your family can use during this time to help you adapt to the new reality and thrive. My team and I have researched extensively to provide parents, teachers, and caregivers with helpful tools and strategies during this crisis. We will cover information by esteemed and authoritative resources like the Child Mind Institute, the World Health Organization, the National Institute of Mental Health, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, chad.org, understood.org, and WebMD. We will also be sharing resources, tools, and strategies that were recommended by leading experts in the field during our ADHD in Middle School Summit hosted in January 2020. Never ignore professional medical advice or seeking treatment because of something you have heard on this YouTube channel or from SmartHorse as a whole. If you think you may have a medical emergency, immediately call your doctor or dial 911. ADHD patient symptoms vary significantly, so it is extremely important to speak with your physician or medical professional in order to come up with a tailored approach that works specifically for you and your child. That being said, and all things being clear, let's go over the best homework strategies for you and your child to stay sane and healthy during this trying time. Are you finding that getting your child to complete their homework is becoming a hassle? Are you seeing that what used to be easy for them is now something hard and stressful? These are all normal emotions that came along with the coronavirus pandemic. The pandemic has caused the things that used to be easy to now be daunting and overwhelming. Do not worry that only your child is feeling this way. Children and their parents across the globe are confused and worried about the current education circumstances, just like you are. We are all in the same boat, which is why we have compiled the best homework strategies for both you and your child to stay sane and happy. One of the most important tools that you can give your child in this uncertain time is routine. Do not rely on your child's memory. Rather, make a predictable and specific routine for wake up, bedtime, any creative activities, and homework time. It is a good idea to make a chart with all of the different activities of the day. In fact, visual cues are very helpful in reminding your child what has to get done throughout the day. Provide clear lists and check off what has been completed or break down large tasks into smaller ones to help make it less daunting and overwhelming. It can also be helpful to use an app for timers and digital reminders. Giving a child motivation to get a task done can be extremely beneficial as a whole. The whole menu of rewards and motivation can be created that will suit your child specifically. For one child, it might be extra screen time, and for another, it can be a point system to ultimately reach a big prize. You can make the reward system more realistic by giving your child real poker chips, marbles, or fake money. Decorating the jars or bags that your child keeps his or her points in can even be an exciting quarantine activity. Studies have shown that a token economy system is the best way to motivate your child to do better. There are 3 behaviors in a token economy system: good behavior, behavior that needs improvement, or challenging behavior. You must be specific about the behavior that is good and what behavior you want to see repeated. As stated previously, do not assume that your child knows what you want from them. It is also important to remember that now especially is the time to let minor infractions go and focus on the good that they are doing rather than the bad. If they finish their math homework in record time or completed their essay a week in advance like an ace, make sure to let them know. It may also be difficult for your child to get the work done because everyone is in such close quarters the whole day. Exercise is a great way to get your child out of the house and give them renewed energy. Let them run around for a bit in the backyard or play catch with someone. and you will see your child have greater concentration and strength to get their homework done. If homework is a point of stress for your child, make sure to have a go-to calming down strategy to help with anxiety. There are unpredictable fights when your child gets overwhelmed, especially given the uncertain circumstances, but just make sure to calm them down in the best way for them. Remember that everyone is unsure right now, and your child's school will give you the best tips and tricks to be a partner in your child's education. Find out if your child's school has any extra resources given the current situation, such as online psychology sessions or extra advisors for parents. If you are an essential worker, first, we would like to thank you for everything that you are doing to help keep us safe and healthy. Further, if you feel that you are not assisting with your child's education as much as you would like because of your commitments, there are still many ways that you can help. Firstly, talk to other parents that are in similar situations as you are. Find out what they are doing to help their child and their education. Imagine if your child was out of school for a week because they are sick. You would probably contact other parents of the children in your child's class to get everything that they missed. You can do the same here. It can always be helpful to have an extra set of notes from another child to ensure that your child has all the information from the class to succeed. It is very important to remember that although complaining and venting your frustration may be cathartic, it will not help in the long run with your child's education. Rather, it is best to brainstorm with other parents and find reputable support groups to figure out what should be done given the specific school and grade of your child. Leslie Drosell of Attitude Magazine, who is a life coach and ADHD professional, suggests that there are 4 types of children when it comes to homework: disorganized, overwhelmed, distracted and unfocused, and all of the above. These 4 strategies apply to all age groups. Now, with the pandemic and schooling at home, these homework symptoms can become exacerbated and intensified. Your child's school day does not start anymore from when they walk through the school doors. Their whole routine has changed. However, it is still important to make sure that your child has a successful day at school, even if it is now from home. Most importantly, remove any obstacles that are getting in your child's way from learning and doing their homework. If you find that social media is inhibiting their ability to successfully complete their daily routine, it might be time to cut back on some of the screen time. Make sure their routine is consistent, even amidst all of the inconsistency. If you find that your child is getting overwhelmed getting their work done because there are so many people around them and they cannot concentrate, it may be beneficial to create a mini office for them to feel that they have their own space. Also, make sure they are moving around and not staying in the same place for too long, as their concentration and motivation may weaken from immobility. Movement helps us focus. It might be helpful to create homework games based on what they are learning in school, like naming a US president for every jumping jack, hula hooping while saying all of the 50 states and their capitals, or writing their math homework in colorful chalk on your driveway. Now, only will your child get their exercise, but they will also be doing their homework, minus the boredom aspect. Something else that may be helpful for your child to help them get their homework done is to create timers. It is an outside motivation and it limits their dialogue with you. If you are too busy or they work better by themselves without outside distraction, have your child create timers that are for random times like 17 and 33 minutes, rather than 15 and 30 minutes. These seemingly random numbers will make doing homework novel, memorable, and potentially more exciting. Different in this case is a good kind of uncomfortable. Some children find that having white noise is helpful to them when doing their homework. Create playlists that are 28 or 32 minutes as opposed to 30, and these playlists can be like a timer for them to signify that it is time to take a break. Make sure that the songs are ones that they already know to ensure that they are not unconsciously learning the lyrics and using up extra brain power. No matter what your child's homework profile, it is important that they have future awareness of what is due and up and coming, but in a non-overwhelming way. Have them focus on what they need to do now and gently remind them of what they need to do later. Remember that every child learns and does work differently. A strategy that works for one child may not work for another. Remember that each child and their situation is unique. For a comprehensive checklist of homework ideas that work for your child, your child's teacher, and you, check out Attitude Mag's Homework Ideas That Work. We've linked their checklist in the description below. To make sure you're as prepared as you can be, hit the notification bell below and join our newsletter, because we'll be sharing much more resources on how to help your family cope better with ADHD, both at school and at home. We'll be sharing information about upcoming videos and events on this YouTube channel and exclusive deals on our newsletter. If you liked this video, please don't forget to like it and let us know what you liked or what you'd like to see more of in the comments below. If you haven't watched our series about the most effective ADHD diagnosis and treatments, including medications, behavioral therapies, counseling, and school accommodations, click the annotation on the top right of your screen to watch those videos. For even more specific information, step-by-step guides, and access to professionals who can help you through this process, please sign up for our online course or summit using the links in the description. We share tons of expert-vetted resources on parenting and education for differently abled kids, just like kids with ADHD. So make sure to check out our previous videos and subscribe to our channel to receive notifications for videos to come. Remember to stay safe, stay sane, and stay strong. Thanks for watching, and see you soon!